رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين غير مقنوط من رحمته ولا مأيوس من مغفرته ولا مستنكف عن عبادته فطر الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته. الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على أول مسدوره وخاتم أنبيائه الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. والصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس أهل البيت وطهرهم تطهيرا. واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية الباقية على أعدائهم ومنكري فضائلهم وغاصبي حقوقهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الإمام الحسين عليه الصلاة والسلام: إني لم أخرج أشرا ولا بطرا ولا مفسدا ولا ظالما، وإنما خرجت لطلب الإصلاح في أمة جدي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Respected scholars, my elders, dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we have reached to our 8th night, and we were discussing the topic of battle between the two ideologies. We said in Karbala we had two sets of ideologies. The first set was the correct ideology, the second was the incorrect. The first was the right one and the second was the corrupt one. Imam Hussein was fighting to instill and to inculcate the correct perspectives into the minds of the people and bring the people from the darkness, from the dhulumat that people were there at that time in Medina, in Mecca, in Kufa, in Iraq, and take them to the nur, the light of Quran, the light of real Islam. And that is the battle between the two ideologies. And we presented a number of concepts where Imam made significant changes in the perspectives of the people. And we said this is the process of changing the minds of the people. It's not limited to only Imam Hussein. Rather, the people, the companions, the family members, the Banu Hashim who were there with Imam Hussein, they were also doing the same. They were also changing the perspectives. They were also doing this reform at that time. So this reform was not happening only by Imam Hussein but also by the companions. One of the examples that we can find in Karbala as an example, an instance of reform, is the instance of bravery. In one of the ahadith we see that in terms of Hazrat Abbas alayhi salatu wasalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. I want to do one request to the managing committee that at times I'm feeling when Quran is being recited and the Marshia and all those things are being recited, when people are busy in managing the things, the attentions are being diverted towards those things. So I'm completely okay. I can continue with even all these happenings as well. But I would request from tomorrow, if these things can be done before we start the Majlis, this would be much better so people can focus on the discussion. This will also include the preparations outside of the hall as well. So many a times people are coming over there for the preparations. All of a sudden, all the attentions, the tawajjuhat are going towards them. And then the person who's reciting has to say, I need your tawajjuh, I need your attention. So it is a humble request. Inshallah, from tomorrow we'll try our best to do this thing, inshallah. Please recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So in one of the hadiths from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And even in many of the other hadiths, we see one of the titles, one of the attributes that is there for Hazrat Abbas is the title of Basira. That Hazrat Abbas was having that Basira, Nafidhul Basira. Kana Ammuna Abbas Nafidhul Basira. That Imam Janab Abbas was someone who was having the Basirat. Now the question is, there is a very deep connection between Basirat and Shaja'ah, the bravery and the Basira. So let us understand what is the Basira today very quickly and what lessons we can derive from the life of Hazrat Abbas, specifically in those days which we normally discuss in Karbala. In one of the ayat of Quran, the story of Hazrat Musa is being narrated over there. That when Hazrat Musa went for those 30 days plus 10 days to Mount Sinai, when he came back, he saw that the nation, the people in the community, they all went to misguidance. They went astray. They have become mushrik. They have started worshipping the ijl. They started worshipping the things which were not allowed to get worshipped. He got angry, he got upset, he went towards Hazrat Harun, why this has happened? Hazrat Harun replied, no, this wasn't my fault. And then he went back to the people, he again asked them who was at fault, etc., etc. Until Hazrat Musa reached to Samiri. So Samiri was the main culprit. Samiri was the main person and a factor who caused the whole movement from the guidance to the misguidance, from the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the worship of that calf, that cow at that time. Yeah, we all know the history, we all know this story. The only thing that I want to refer to, when Hazrat Musa came to this person, to Samiri, and Hazrat Musa asked, what has happened? What was the reason? No. How you managed to misguide the people whom I was guided? I guided them. How you managed to do this? There, Samiri shared an opinion. Samiri told the people and Hazrat Musa that the reason why I managed to misguide them was this thing, this ayah. He said, Basurtu bima lam yabsuru. This is very important. Please pay attention. He said, Basurtu bima lam yabsuru. I had seen something which people could not see. What do you mean, Samiri? What have you seen? He said, I have seen something which people could not see. Now Mufassirin, they are having different opinions that what was the real cause why Samiri managed to bring noise, bring voice, bring that capability of speaking into that calf. Many of the Mufassirin believe that this was not a real calf, this was not real animal, it was rather something which people used to it was illusionary voice. But many of the many of the Mufassirin, they are narrating the riwayat where the riwayah says that when Hazrat Musa was taking the Bani Israel from one side of the river to the other side of the river, at that time he parted the water into two, and there was a way forward for them. At that time Hazrat Jibreel came to Hazrat Musa. Hazrat Jibreel came in the shape of a human being maybe, and then wherever the horse of Hazrat Jibreel was going, he could see that some greenery is there. The moment this horse used to step onto a soil, there were greenery, there were grass, there were plants. So Samiri could see this. All of the people were paying attention to the water, were paying attention to the river, were paying attention to that threat. But he was looking at Jibreel, and he could see there is something special with him. So he went on, and he took some of the soil from under the feet of hooves of the horses. So he took that soil, and later on he put the soil into the calf. And that was the reason why the animal was made of some gold. But animal could speak at that time. Maybe there was a voice coming out of the animal at that time. How? Because of this soil, because of this turab. Now, that is the story, the complete story. You can refer to the story later on as well. My reference is this ayah, that he says, Basurtu bima lam yubsuru. I have seen something which people could not see. People were paying attention to something which was there happening as a threat, etc. This was something which was unknown, which was not very much known to the people. I could see, I felt something, I understood something, I deducted something. I did some of the calculations. I came to the conclusion that there is something special with this person. I don't know, he did not know at that time that this is Hazrat Jibreel, but he could manage to understand that there is something special with him. That is why he took the soil from under the feet of Jibreel at that time, or maybe the horse at that time. So he said, see, there is a difference between the way people are looking at the things and the way I looked at the things. Here, the insight that Samiri had is a very negative insight. But this does not mean that the basira is always negative. Rather, in the same Quran, we have ayat where ayat of Quran says what? Qul, O Prophet, tell to the people that I am having a basira, ala basiratin ana wa man ittaba'an. That I'm having a basira. That means the basira, the insight is there positively and negatively. It can be positive, like the way Rasulullah had. It can be negative. Now, conclusion. What is basira? Let me just conclude it. There is one thing which is called basar or basara. And there is something which is called basira. Basar or basara means the sight. Basira means the insight. Basar means the ability to see. Basira means ability to perceive. Basar means ability to look at. Basira means to understand. For our youngsters, in a nutshell, basira means to read between the lines. At times, there is a thing which is being said to you explicitly. Go do this and that and this. So I'm telling you, you go get me a chai, a tea. And now you are bringing me a tea which doesn't have any sugar. I would say, why the sugar is not there? Or maybe I'm telling you, bring me some water, and you are bringing me a can of water maybe. I would say, no, I want to drink. So bring me a glass as well. I haven't said that you need a glass as well. I haven't said you need some sugar as well into the tea. This is what it is called reading between the lines. Some of the times the thing is not very much explicit, not very much accurate, not very much detailed, but you need to read between the lines. This is called the basira. This is called the insight. This is called where you understand something which normally other people cannot understand. It is possible, it is practical, but many of the people would not be able to see it. Many of the people would not be able to perceive it. But you, if you have basira, you will be able to understand the things which normal people cannot understand. This is a difference between a smart person and a person who's not a smart. A person who's a very intellectual person, smart person, genius person, he always reads between the lines. Here comes the understanding, the conclusion of the meaning of basira. We need to have the basira because at times not everything is being said in very explicit and open manner. Many of the things are being said in a very indication manner, in a hidden manner. You need to understand. Now we are coming to understanding that at the time of Imam Hussein, Hazrat Abbas was having basira, and not the basira that he would say that I am having a basira, but rather it is coming from the tongue, from the speech of someone who's ma'soom, from Imam Sajjad, from Imam Baqir, from Imam Sadiq. They are telling us that Kana Ammuna, our Uncle Abbas was someone who's having basira. Now, isn't this very important for us to understand how the basira of Hazrat Abbas would work? Like I said before, bravery, the courage is pretty much interconnected with basira. So let us understand what are the elements of the basira of Hazrat Abbas by salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When we go into the character of Hazrat Abbas, we study the character of Hazrat Abbas. Some of the things that we can understand from his character, I would make it very brief today. Like I'll just enumerate some of them. Number one is Iman Billah. For sure, he was son of Imam Ali. He was a member of Banu Hashim. That is why Iman Billah is something which we cannot question about Hazrat Abbas. That is why Iman Billah, I don't go into it. But many of the other things which is coming in amal, in the practice of Hazrat Abbas, is related to Iman of his. That is why Iman is equally important. But since you are understanding this concept, I am not going into this concept. Number two, which is much more important for us, is that Hazrat Abbas had the wilayat of Imam of the time. In one of the ziyarat we recite like this: Ashhadu laka bit taslimi wat tasdiqi wal wafa'i wan nasihati li khalafin nabi. I bear witness that you had taslim, you were submissive. You had tasdiq, you were approving. Wal wafa, you had loyalty. Wan nasiha, you were advising people as well. Li khalafin nabi. For whom? For someone who was vicegerent, who was representative of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam. Salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Truly, these four words, these four terminologies over here are very deep. You know, if you want to approve someone, for example, I'm asking whether, let's say I'm reciting an ayah from a surah. I say there is an ayah in surah, let's say, قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِ الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. Which surah is this? Anybody? Which surah is this? A bit forward. Go one step forward. Ali Imran. Surah Ali Imran. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ. Okay. Now, I'm asking you to approve and put a affirmative stamp whether I have said it correctly or not. When you will be able to say this is right or wrong? When you know that this is an ayah of Surah Al Imran. Isn't it? But if you don't understand that specific ayah, you don't understand Quran, you will not be able to approve whether this is a ayah of Quran or not, or whether this is an ayah of Al Imran or not. Isn't it? This is a reality. When we say, Ashhadu laka bit taslimi wa tasdeeq, you were someone who was approving the imamat of Imam Hussein. What does it mean? That means Hazrat Abbas was on a level where he would understand the imamat of Imam Hussein in a complete manner. That would mean that Hazrat Abbas was not an imam, but he was not even less than an imam. It was only the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the imamah to Hazrat Imam Hussein. But if there was any chance, Hazrat Abbas was not less. You would understand. That is why he was approving. Tasdeeq. The terminologies are so deep. But we are talking about the elements of his basira. Number one, he had basira because he had iman. Number two, he had basira because he was having that wilaya, that obedience towards imam of the time. Number three was adab. I'm just mentioning the titles. You please ponder upon it. You please reflect how me living in this day, in this world, in this time, I can have the basira. How can I learn from Hazrat Abbas? Can I have not the same, at least on the same path going towards Hazrat Abbas? Can I have some iman billah? Can I have an obedience to our imam of the time? We can, yes. Number three is adab. Adab is something which is like explicit attribute of Hazrat Abbas, explicit quality of Hazrat Abbas and his mother as well. Adab was something which is evident from this family towards Ahlul Bayt. Can we have adab towards Ahlul Bayt? Yes, we can. Adab means what? Adab means when you are coming to Majlis, you are coming for Majlis. You are coming for Majlis. Yeah? Some of the times the same sentence can have many connotations, yeah? When you are coming to Majlis, you are coming to Majlis. That means I'm not coming to go through my messages. I'm not coming over here to sleep. I'm not coming over here to rest. I'm not coming over here to hang around with my friends and chill with my friends and sit with them and just have some discussions and then go back. I'm not coming over here to just spend my time. I'm not coming over here to fill in the blanks over here, like maybe there is a list and I can just take it out and then go. I'm coming for Majlis. This is adab. Adab means what? This is manners. This is etiquettes. When somebody is speaking, you pay full attention to him. You don't many a times you won't understand how many hours a speaker can spend for one majlis. It's not about that 40 minutes that I speak over here. It's about many hours that I should not speak over here from Mimbar. It's not about those 100 words that I speak over here. It's about thousands of the words that I should not speak from over here. Because if I speak anything, if I share with you anything, any information, many of the things can be a misguidance to the people. You don't know many a times when a khatib comes, he prepares the discussion and then all of a sudden he sees that people are not paying attention. All of a sudden he sees that people are sleeping. People are not, the tawajjuhat are not towards the mimbar. What encouragement will be going towards the khatib? Many a times the khatib has prepared something very important, but the moment he sees that the people are not paying attention, he just removes it. He said, no, it's not important anymore. But since you are not paying attention, I'm not going to share with you my whole study. That one sentence that I'm sharing with you might be, there might be a study of 1 hour behind that one sentence. Why should I share with you when you are not paying attention? So that is what, this is adab of majlis. Coming to the majalis with adab. This is something which we can learn from Hazrat Abbas. The way he used to address our imams. The way he used to sit in front of our imam. When you are coming to the majlis, you have to come over here having this in mind that you are coming in the company of Ahlul Bayt. You are coming to take part in a gathering where most probably our Ahlul Bayt's members are there. So you are coming over here. I'm not referring to anyone the way Maulana Karbulai said some of the times when he is referring to rectify some of the things, he would say, I'm not looking at them, but I'm telling so they can hear as well. I'm also telling the same. I'm just keeping my eyes closed, and then I would say, Abba, when you sit over here, if you are an elderly person who has a problem with the knees, with the legs and all, they are allowed to sit any type which they like, because they cannot sit properly. But when you are a young person, you are a kid, you are a young person, you are able for 1 hour, 2 hour, you are here, pay some respect, show some, adab to Ahlul Bayt. Do not sleep over here, do not, just sit any way you like. No, these are the small things which were very important if I talk about 10, 20 years back. But nowadays it has become very normal. What is it? Why does it matter that I'm sleeping in the masjid, in the Husainiya, or I'm sitting, or I'm standing up? No, it matters. It conveys something. It conveys an emotion. Hazrat Abbas, in majority of the addresses you would see, he doesn't even mention the name of Imam Hussain. Maulai, Sayyidi, this and that. Doesn't mention even name of Imam Hussain. I have read somewhere that Hazrat Baneen, when she was giving the etiquettes to the four brothers were there, when she was teaching that, she was doing the tarbiyah of the sons, her tarbiyah was like this: see, you might be sibling of Imam Hussain, you might be brother to Imam Hussain, but that does not mean that you consider him your brother all the time. He is your master. He is your master. Do not even dare to sit with him the way siblings are sitting. Always sit in front of him the way a servant is sitting. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We can discuss that many of the things are related to the culture. Maybe at time the culture was different. Today the culture is different. But overall, that essence, that spirit of adab, etiquettes, manners, this have to be kept alive. Unfortunately, we are losing it. Day by day, we are losing it. And it is not only for majalis, it is also for Quran. It is also for your salah. It is also for attending the masjid. It is also for even attending your parents. It is also about many of the, attending the elders, attending the ulama, attending the your teachers, the way you talk to your teacher, the way you talk to your elders. I've spoken about the manners towards elders nights back. My overall point is, Hazrat Abbas's basira is based on some of the elements. One of the element, very important element, is adab. What it is? It is adab. Next one very quickly is the courage that Hazrat Abbas had. It's the bravery. It's very explicit for all of us that whenever we name Hazrat Abbas, the courage and the bravery of his comes into our mind. This is something which is very evident for him. But what do we understand from courage? We understand that courage. So first of all, we need to understand especially for our youngsters, courage and bravery comes when you are at least physically able. At least in appearance, you are eligible of something. You are able of something. You have that power. You have that capability. That power, the courage, unlike the cowardice, the courage is something which is not always and necessarily a genetic thing. It's not something which has to come from, many of the people would say, okay, I'm not courageous because I have not inherited it from my parents. There is a base and foundation for courage and this shaja'a, which is there. It might come from your forefathers. One aspect of it is genetic for sure, the way we understand from Hazrat Baneen and her tribe as well. But it does not mean that you cannot build upon it. There is a foundation. If the foundation is there, you can build upon it. If the foundation is not there, you can create it. The courage comes with the efforts. You can create the courage and the bravery. Our youngsters need this courage. If the courage is not there, you just accidentally can proceed in the life. But if the courage is there, if you are brave enough, if you're courageous, then you can face the threats and problems in a very easy manner. How would you practice to become a courageous person? Practice with small steps. If you fear something, there might be things which you fear in a very big level, in a very significant level. If I ask you, can you fight with someone who's, I don't know, 200 kg and he's a bodybuilder, you say, no, I cannot fight with him. But if I ask you, how many kgs do you have? You would say, I'm 50 kg, yeah? I would ask you, can you fight with someone who's 55, like 5 kg more than you? You would say, yeah, this is somehow possible, I need to just practice, yeah? So this is a smaller level threat, smaller level challenge. Go and expose yourself with the smaller level challenges. And it's not about only physical fight, it's also about your studies, it's also about the courses that you do, it's also about the threats that you are facing in the society, it's also about the challenges that are there socially for you. If you are fearful of something, categorize the small and the big ones. Go with the small ones. Expose yourself. Constant exposure to small threats and challenges and the problems will make you strong. Day by day, you'll become courageous person. You'll become the brave person. This is how you become. Of course, his legs were reaching to the ground as well. So that means he was very strong. He was physically someone who could who could fight with hundreds of the people. But was that it? Was that enough? Was that sufficient to become a person with the basira? The answer is no. The basira came from the element where Hazrat Abbas taught us where to use your power. Many a times we go to the gym, after 1 or 2 or 3 years, we have become a strong person. Now nobody can talk to us because I'm a strong person. The moment somebody comes and I'm not even thinking twice. I'm just starting abusing people, disrespecting people because I am strong. Nobody can, challenge me because I'm strong enough in this regard. But Hazrat Abbas taught us, it's not about becoming strong physically, it's about how submissive you are towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, towards Nabiullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, towards Imam of the time, Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wa salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil. It's about how to use and when to use, where to use your power. Gaining power is only one aspect of your courage. Using power in a correct manner, in a correct place, this is something which makes you that person who has the basira. Hazrat Abbas was nafidhul basira. He had that deep basira, that insight. Why? Because he knew that when Imam of the time says something, why? Can you calculate it like in an apparent manner? Hazrat Abbas could go and fight with thousands of people at that time. With one spear, I was just reading Maqtal today, he managed to kill more than 40 people with one spear. Do you think if he would have that sword or he would have given that freedom to go and fight, how many enemies would have gone to hellfire? So that is why Hazrat Abbas was able to go and fight with hundreds of the people. But that was not the point. The point was to understand, are we here to kill the people? Are we here to fight with them militarily? Or we are here to send a message. We are here to show our iman. We are here to show the right path. And that is the last element that Hazrat Abbas had, that knowledge and ilm. I'm just finishing my discussion. Knowledge and ilm. And that is why we see that when even because ilm brings that insight, even when the enemies were giving him the protection letters. Oh Abbas, you are from that tribe which is somehow related to us. We are giving you the protection. You come towards us. You come to us or leave Karbala. We will give you the letter of protection. Nobody will come towards you. But Hazrat Abbas said, what? Shall I go and leave Karbala and leave Imam of the time here? I can't do this. This is the basira. This is the insight. This is that understanding of religion, understanding of Allah, understanding of Quran that Hazrat Abbas had. So these are the few elements that we can, for sure, to some extent, we can implement all these elements into our lives to become a person who has the basira. Please recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. With all those courage and with all those bravery, when we see that on the day of Ashura, Hazrat Abbas could have gone, when he sees that one by one Banu Hashim are going towards the battlefield and they are getting martyred, and this is the time when men are no more in the tents of Imam Hussein. Hazrat Abbas comes to Imam Hussein and says, Ya Sayyidi, Ya Mawlai, O my master, will you give me the permission to go towards the battlefield? And Imam Hussein says, O my brother Abbas, you are the commander. O Abbas, you are the commander of my military. Abbas replied back to Imam Hussein, O Imam Hussein, I can't see any people over here whom I'm the commander of. Then when Imam Hussein heard this reply, then he said, okay Abbas, I'll give you the permission, but before that, can't you hear there are voice of children saying, Al-Atash, Al-Atash. Yes, Mawla, oh my master, I can hear that voice. So Abbas, go, take some spare and go towards the river and get some water. After doing this sabil, you can go towards the battlefield. Now Abbas is coming towards the children and taking the water skin, the mushk from the children, and promising the children, okay, I'm going towards the river. Oh Sakina, I will go to the river, I'll get some water for you. Now the children are getting this hope in their hearts that we are going to have some water after so many time. Now Abbas is taking that alam and then going towards the river to take some water and get back to the tents of Imam Hussein. And then Abbas goes towards the river after fighting with some of the enemies. He gets some water. He puts the water into the water skin. Now he wants to come back towards the tents. Enemies saw Hazrat Abbas that we will not be able to fight with Hazrat Abbas. He's the son of Amirul Mu'mineen. So we need to somehow deceive him. So they went hiding behind the trees. Now Hazrat Abbas taking the mushk of Sakina, the water skin of Sakina, he's coming back towards the tents of Imam Hussein. But enemies are hiding behind the trees. All of a sudden, one enemy came forward and he struck the right hand of Hazrat Abbas. Now the moment Hazrat Abbas saw this, he took the mushk into the left hand, and now other enemies are there. The other enemy struck his left hand, and now he's taking the mushk into the teeth of Hazrat Abbas. Now he saw there is one arrow. That arrow came towards the mushk, and now there is no water into the water skin. Now Hazrat Abbas stopped his horse. Now is the time when somebody threw another sorrow. Another arrow came and hit the forehead of Hazrat Abbas. Now Hazrat Abbas can't stay onto the horse. He's coming towards the earth, now calling, O Aba Abdullah, Adrik akhak. Oh Aba Abdullah, oh my master, come to help your brother. Now Imam Hussein is coming towards Hazrat Abbas, but Maqatil supports the idea that Hazrat Abbas told Imam Hussein, oh Imam Hussein, do not take me towards the Khaymaga, do not take me towards the tents. I would ask Hazrat Abbas why you are making this request. Hazrat Abbas would reply, I had made a promise to Sakina. I can't go back to the tent and see Sakina is waiting for me. Sakina is waiting for the water and I'm not bringing the water. My dear Azadars, I just want to say one more thing over here. There is a big difference, Azizo. There is a big difference between Hazrat Abbas and other Shuhada. Other martyrs, when they were leaving the tents, when they were leaving Mukhayyam, they were paying the last words, the last meetings with the women in the tents. They were saying goodbye to the people. They were saying al-wida, because everybody would know. Even Imam Hussein, when Imam Hussein came for the last time, he said al-wida to all the women into the tents. So all the women, all the kids, all the daughters, sons, they knew that Imam Hussein is going and he will not come back towards the tents. But there was one shaheed. This shaheed, nobody knew. Nobody knew that he is not going to come back. So Sakina did not pay any farewell to Hazrat Abbas. Nobody said goodbye to Hazrat Abbas. Nobody said al-wida to Hazrat Abbas, because everyone, Hazrat Zainab was waiting, Hazrat Sakina was waiting, Imam Hussein was waiting, because they all knew that Hazrat Abbas is going to come back. But this mazloom, when Hazrat Abbas went there, he stopped Imam Hussein over there. Imam Hussein would be in this situation. Oh Abbas, everybody is waiting for you. Nobody would imagine, nobody would believe that Abbas went on and never came back. But Abbas has no power. Abbas stayed back at Furat. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.